Can you celebrate when your world is falling apart? That was the question I faced on my 38th birthday. It was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life. A day filled with plans, celebrations, family, and joy. Everything was ready. The calls had been made, the arrangements were in place, and like all of us do, I had expectations of how the day should go. But life had a different plan. That morning, I received news that completely shook me. My father had suffered stroke. In a single moment, everything changed. The excitement disappeared. The plans felt meaningless. Fear, confusion, and helplessness rushed in all at once. My mind started racing. Why today? What will happen? Should I cancel everything? How can I even think of celebrating at a time like this? It felt wrong to even consider continuing the day as planned. And yet, in that chaos, there was another voice. A quieter one, a calmer one. It didn't shout. It didn't panic. It simply asked, what does this moment need from you? Not what is expected, not what is normal, but what is needed. I realized something very important in that moment. I had two choices. I could allow fear and pain to completely take over the day, or I could choose to respond with strength, presence, and positivity, not by ignoring the situation, but by rising above it. My father was being taken care of. The doctors were doing their job. The situation was serious, yes, but in that moment, my emotional state would not change the medical outcome. What it would change was how I showed up for my family. If I broke down, I would spread fear. If I stayed grounded, I could spread strength. And so, I made a decision. A difficult one. A conscious one. I chose to hold on to positivity. Not fake happiness. Not denial. But a deep, intentional decision to remain strong, to trust, and to keep moving forward with courage. I went ahead with the celebration. Not because nothing had happened, but because everything had happened, and not because nothing had happened, but because everything had happened and I chose not to collapse. Throughout the day, my mind kept trying to pull me back into fear. What if something goes wrong? What if you're being insensitive? What will people think? But every time, I brought myself back to the present moment. I smiled. I spoke to people. I stayed connected. And inside, I held on to one belief. That strength is not the absence of difficulty. It is the way we respond to it. That day taught me something I will never forget. Life will not always wait for the right time to test you. Challenges don't check your calendar. They don't ask for permission. They arrive unannounced, often on the days you least expect them. But in those moments, what truly defines you is not the situation, it is your response. We often think positivity means everything is going well. But real positivity is choosing your mindset even when things are not going well. It is easy to be happy when life is smooth. It is easy to smile when everything is in control. But the real question is, who are you when life shakes you? That day, I discovered a different version of myself. A stronger one, a calmer one, a more grounded one. And I realized something powerful. We cannot control every situation in our life, but we can always control how we respond. Today, if you're going through something difficult, if life feels uncertain, if things are not going as planned, remember this. Your strength is not tested in comfort. It is revealed in chaos. You may not control what happens to you, but you always control what happens within you. So when life challenges you unexpectedly, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, who can I become in this moment? Because in the end, it is not the situation that defines your life. It is your mindset. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is choose strength when everything inside you wants to give up.